Now you'll be going away today. Meet people. Here there are many people, Indians also, whom you may not be knowing. Meet them. You have to bid farewell to all your friends. Meet all of them. Now going away, after 1 year you may meet, may not meet. So they are your relations, they are your own. So you can express your love to them and say how nice you felt and all those things. As if you are leaving your own mother. I'm going away. Because in you I live. Then the idea of love should be brought to some sort of a form. How are we going to spread this message of love to people? On two ways you can work it out. How individually you can do it and how collectively you can do it. So I have to make one suggestion to the leaders that whatever suggestions come to you from the people, you must accept. You are just leader there because you have to just communicate with each other. You are not to dominate anybody. You are not to sort of dictate anything to anybody. But you have to be a communication person for me and them. So now you should see that how these people are giving you new ideas. Note them down. Don't think that you are the only one who has ideas. Get ideas from them. They might get ideas from the cosmos again. They may tell you something, this should be done. And should be noted down and recorded. That yes, this was said, this was to be done. And then try to follow whatever is possible. If you are in doubt, you can always telephone to me and find out. But involve them in this dynamism. Everybody is involved. Like I told you last time, it was on my birthday. I mean, all of you could have sent me a card individually, it was all right. Or you could have sent me a flower or something. I have relations with you directly. So you should not depend on your leader that when he says we'll send it, and the leader should not say, without showing me, you cannot send a flower to mother. Between flowers and me, you can't stand. Your job is only to communicate. But you must take everybody into consideration. This is the point where I think sometimes the leaders go arbitrary. One of them was like changing the school, the venue of the school. They brought the school from Melbourne to Sydney. And I was surprised, I was never told about it. It's a serious thing. All such happenings can be told to me. Also, you can send me a tape with all little things that are doing well, or you can write to me, which I will be very happy to go through it and to find out. Before throwing out anybody from the ashram, you have to send a photograph of that person to me and ask me if you could throw out that person or not. You have to respect them because they are yogis. They are not ordinary students from some place that we can go on throwing them out. So you have to give reasons why you want to throw them out. Every person is important to me. And why it is that you feel that that person has to go by, that person will be helped and others will be helped. So you have to give substantial reasons for that. Otherwise, I won't like it, anybody thrown out just because he answered you back or that he said something to you. It has to be very mutually understood that mother has appointed these leaders because she has faith in them. So you should just talk to them and listen to them. Now, there are people I know who are always there, have a habit of group forming. Whether it is X, Y, Z, whosoever may be the leader, they can form groups and they are troubleshooters. So anybody who tries to say things against leaders, you should not listen to them. But in case you find really something very seriously wrong with the leader, you can write to me. Always, you can write. But I don't like people who have, just because somebody has not been nice to you personally or maybe something has gone wrong personally, that's why you are criticizing the leader. If basically you find out what's wrong with that person, I'll write to me. Immediately I'll know that there's definitely wrong. I can make it out. There's no time spared for that. I mean, I don't have to even say that, all right, I'll think. I'll just immediately tell you this is wrong. So to work it out, this force within us, and to understand it fully well, what is it? We must understand a kind of a, not slavery, but an obedience. For example, I told not to bring many big bags. I saw the boys today breaking their hands on these bags. Now those girls who bring heavy bags will have to carry their own bags next time. You should point them out who they are, and I'll give one bus for them. They have to get down to the bus, take out their... Definitely I'm going to do that. It is out of my love for the boys who have to take out the boxes. If you are buying something in any place, we can make a device by which everything can meet you in Bombay. You need not carry out with you. But today I saw them in the morning, I was amazed how they were carrying such heavy loads. Now that means you have no love for them, you don't understand that how much it has to be done. So, little things can suggest that you are not in search. In search we think about others. Am I troubling others? Am I in any way harming others? It's not a question of saying sorry. That's not in search. You just don't do something that you have to say sorry. There's no need to say thank you, but you do something that will create gratitude, express your gratitude. So we don't believe in words. If you have gratitude for someone, then give them a present. Just saying thank you is just a word. Give them a present or do something good, turn to him. Now, if you go on like this, there's no end to it. But to come to the main point is this way, that we are in a whirlwind. It's not only cool breeze, it's a whirlwind now. So what do we have to do? We have to move with it. We have to have the same speed. We have to have a complete nature of the same. We have to be one of that. So it is within us that we see this, and without we'll see that. If we are moving with a speed the rest of the world is not. So now how to go around it and how to engulf it into ourselves. All these things are not vague for you because you are realized souls. It might be vague for people who are not realized. You understand what I'm trying to say. But still I feel some of you feel that I'm talking about others, not about you. Now think that it's all about me, Mother is talking. It's all I have to do. I have to be responsible. And this sense of responsibility has to come to you that we are in the whirlwind, and to take this whirlwind all around the world, I am responsible. What am I doing about it? Just, you see, like you visit the center, all right, we visited the center. So what? People think that if they visit the center, then they should be given all the blessings. Why should they be given blessings for visiting the center? Instead of going to some wretched place, they are going to the center, which is a good place. So why should they be blessed? After all, they are already blessed so much. Or they think that, oh, we have been in the collective, we have been this thing. What have you done for Sahaja Yoga is very important. And that has to be seen. How many people you have really loved? Really loved. Sincerely. We have to count. That's very important. Then what have we done for Sahaja Yoga, constructive yoga? You won't feel happy unless and until you have done something. Say I'm a mother and a child is born to me. I just have to look after the child. That's the nature of a mother, to look after the child, to do everything for the child, to get up in the night. So many times one has to get up. That love compels you to do it. But if that love has not entered into you, it has not become part and parcel of your being, you will not be compelled. You will be just compelled, you cannot help it. That is the best way you should say that now you have dissolved yourself completely into this dynamic force. So I'm sure next time when I come, I will have better news, much better news. Otherwise, normally I go to any place, they say, Mother, this one has disappeared, another has gone away, fourth one has run away. and a fifth one is missing. So, this should not be such. It is your responsibility to see that Sahaja Yoga, you work it out for yourself and for others with love. So, as for a mother to see all her children are going away, I have said quite a lot. It's not difficult. It's not easy to say much on such an occasion. But I had to gather up courage and time and decide that I have to tell them all about it. Because now it is your responsibility to work it out. It's your responsibility. In your own way, think it. What can we do for Sahaja Yoga? In everything you can see Sahaj. You will get ideas. Pass them on. Write them down. Write your poetry. So many things can be done by all of you. And there's no time to be wasted anymore. It has to be a very fast job. Because this universe is standing on the brink of its destruction. We are the only people who have to save it. So it's an emergency for us. In that emergency, one has to know that the nature of Sahaj itself is working out everything. But if this does not work in right time, then we'll have to have another world, which is another problem. So we have to think seriously about it and understand the essence of everything and understand yourself why you do such a such thing. Once you start this method, not this, not this, not this, I'll be not surprised that your growth will be very much faster, very much faster. And I'll see you as very well established Nirvikalpas very soon. I bless you that you mature very much in your spirituality. May God bless. Try to talk about Christ, to say things about Christ, or to profess that they have Christ in their pockets when they have no connection with Christ. For this, Christ has very clearly said that you will be calling me Christ, Christ, and I won't recognize him. There are so many people of this kind, and that's why the celebration of Christ's birth by them is just a festival but has no deeper significance. But for Sahaja Yogis, it's a very great happening because his birth has brought such a great incarnation on this earth, and by that we could achieve our realization because he is at the gate. So today is the day of thankfulness for Christ's advent on this earth, and we have to see that as he is our eldest brother, we can say, he is our leader, we have to follow his footsteps. In our resurrection, we have to show that we have imbibed the qualities which are Christ-like, illuminating the whole universe with our enlightened lives. The very big responsibility on Sahaja Yogis to understand that when we are celebrating today the birth of Christ, we stand for something very much beautiful, pure, and glorious. Christ's life is symbolically can be called as the symbol of purity and holiness. He was purity and holiness. When we talk of purity, we may think about outside purity, or maybe the purity of our writings or talking, or maybe we are very sophisticated, or we talk very sweetly, or we are very kind. But Christ was pure in the sense that he was nothing but purity. And he went to this extent of purity that he said that thou shalt not have adulterous eyes, that your eyes have to be pure. Even up to the eyes, he said, thou shalt not have adulterous eyes. So the lust and greed has to disappear from our personality if we have to follow Christ, if we have to understand what an incarnation of holiness he was. Holiness is very important today when in this Ghor Kali Yuga you find all kinds of horrible things happening. If you believe in holiness, in your chastity and in your purity, then your morality is within yourself. It's not outside. Whatever people may say about Christ today, but you know, as Saj Yogis, that he was purest of pure. In the same way, we should try to keep our purity above everything else. The most important thing for us is to be pure people. Pure from heart, pure in our morality, pure in our thinking, and pure in our rapport that we have with others. Not just a show, not just artificiality, but from within we should feel that oneness, that understanding that we are all Saj Yogis, born of a mother, and we all have to love each other. That is the greatest blessings you could give to me, and also the greatest joy for Christ, to see that all of you are absolutely in unison and in complete accord with each other. This is something one has to understand, that he also said to his disciples that the greatest pleasure for me is to see you all together in one unison. But now the collective consciousness is within your consciousness. You can feel the collectivity within yourself. So it should be very easy for you to become one with each other, to understand each other just like a part and parcel of one being. So I wish you all a very happy Christmas, and let us start this new year with the full idea that we have to have that dedication of Christ, that understanding of Christ, how he dedicated his life, which was very short, for the establishment of purity in this world. If the Saj Yogis do not have that personality, they cannot establish Saj Yoga anywhere. So the first and foremost thing we have to aspire is purity. As you know very well, that Adi Shakti first created Shri Ganesha, who is the symbol of purity. So today we have to take a vow that henceforth we are going to follow a life of complete purity and detachment. That's not so difficult if you understand Saj Yoga. If you are Saj Yogi, it's very easy to purify yourself. I'm so very happy you all could come here. Lots of inconveniences are there, but as you being the saints now, don't complain anything, and you are enjoying whatever is there. The pure air of this place and the purity of nature that is around us. Let us also meditate and emit, manifest that beautiful thing that is within us, which is the Spirit. And I'm sure all this place will be vibrant very soon. As it is, I could feel the vibrations from a very long distance when I came. May God bless you all. The complete cooperation of Malgun people, we could not have had this seminar here. This has a very historical significance, because as you have read that Shri Rabindranath Tagore, the great poet from Bengal, has described completely in a full way, in a very precise manner, exactly the way this seminar will be held on the shores of Bharat. And that's how we are here in Malgun, and that means Malgun seems to be a very important place for the poets, because how did it come into his understanding and in his vision? What I feel that he was a great seer, and he must have seen this place in his vision, as I also saw in my own vision this place. and I just arrived here. So I think this Malgun must be a great place, and you must be all very great people to be born in this beautiful place where such a great event is taking place. May God bless you all, the people of Malgun. Now, as soon as you try to make NA out of these lands, which is such a headache, I tell you, if you can manage that, then we have absolutely ready-made plans what we want to do here. And it can all work out. But to get it NA itself is, I don't know how many years it's going to take. So it is the responsibility of the Malgun people to see that you make it NA. And then the rest of it we'll look after. But then I have a proposition that we'll have a 21 arts of India here. Will be taught to foreigners who will come down here. And by whatever money we get out of it, we'll get quite a lot of money, the profits. We'll be spending for our Indian boys who are not so good at arts education, to give them technical knowledge, free, and in a way that it is very precise, making them good Sahajogis so that they are involved in their work. Because what we see here is the electricity is out, the the telephones are out, then the plumbing is no good, because we haven't got workers who can dedicate themselves. So we'll try to put them into Sahajoga in such a manner that they really become dedicated workers and we produce wonderful people from it. But for this, a small thing you have to do is to make it a NA, and I thank you very much for taking so much interest. We are here not to give great sort of a help to you, but the glory of Malgun has to be manifested. Thank you very much.